So again, perform the indicator operations and simplify as possible. So we have the square root of 2x times the square root of 20x to the 6th power. So let's see what we got here. Got a little note here. A pattern that can be applied to square roots is for each pair of numbers. So for each pair of numbers or variables, so for each pair of numbers or variables inside the radical, it can come outside as that number or variable. Okay, so let's try to read that again. So as we were mentioning earlier, for each pair of numbers inside the radical, or each pair of variables inside the radical, it can come outside as that number or that variable. So for every 2 inside, 1 comes out. So what's one of the interesting things about multiplying radicals is it's easier not to multiply to start with because of that square root symbol. So what I can do is put these all inside the same radical to start with, like that. But instead of multiplying them all out, we can break it back down. So I have 2 and then 20. Remember, 20 is can be some prime numbers. 2 goes to 20 10 times, 2 goes to 10 5 times, and then 5 does go into 5 1 time. So 20 is the same thing as 2 times 2 times 5. So I'm going to just rewrite the 20 as factors instead of multiplying it all out. And then you have an x here, and then you have 6 more x's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I should have 7 x's altogether. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I'm simplifying square roots, instead of multiplying first, we actually can do the square root first. So for every 2, there's a pair of 2's. There's a pair of x's, there's a pair of x's, and there's a pair of x's. So for each pair, I bring out 1. So that means I can bring out 1, 2, and 3 x's. And then what's left over is a 2 and a 5 and an x. So notice how when you're grouping, that's like division as well. So keep that in mind. You know, another way you could look at this was x to the 7th power. But you're grouping by 2s. So basically what you're saying is how many 2s go into 7? Well, 2 goes to 7 3 times, the remainder of 1. So since I can bring 3 groups out, that means 3x is out, and there's 1 left over. So that's 3 come out and 1 stays in. So you can almost you could actually write that as x to the 7th if you wanted to, and see it as division that way, because grouping is kind of like division. So anyway, for every pair, we bring out 1. So this is going to turn into 2x cubed on the outside, and then 10x is on the inside. So 2x cubed times the square root of 10x would be the simplified version of that. So what's interesting is in simplifying radicals, I find it actually easier to break it down first and then start performing multiplication. So it just depends on the question. That's what jumped out on that problem.